Sorry. Sorry for swearing. Anyway, just south of nowhere, on the road to somewhere you've been, lies the village of Upper Stuffit, and there on the village green is the Wolf's Head Inn. The landlord's name is Big Red Wolf, a man who is full of good cheer. He has bright red hair and a bright red beard, and he stands on a box to serve beer. One day, in the middle of summer, as the dust motes gently played, Harry the harvester raced into town, all bothered and quite dismayed. He burst through the door of the tavern and gulped down a beer, double quick. "You'll never believe what I have seen," said he, as his face turned quite sick. "As I was walking home today, with a large pile of hay on my back, a pig asked for hay, for to build him a home, for he fancied a hay-built shack." The pig spoke. "Well," said Big Red, as he scratched at his beard, "I don't hold with pigs that can talk." Then he took down his trusty blunderbuss and said, "Anyone fancy some pork?" The next day, a new sign appeared outside the Wolf's Head Inn. It said, "Pork chops are on sale here, and scratchings made from pig skin." That is what they're made from. Big Red did such a roaring trade, he asked his daughter to help, and Little Red was a girl of such stature, if she sat on your knee you would yelp. The next day, it was William the Woodman, who ran into town all agog. "You'll not believe who wanted some sticks. I've just met a talking hog." Big Red nodded. It's a shame when animals step out of line. Now, if they were not meant to be ate, then they would not taste quite so fine. He sighed and sadly took up his gun and marched out into the woods. "When I return," he said to his daughter, "we can put up the price on the goods." Big Red was missing for 2 days. His daughter felt quite forsaken. But when he strode back into town, he quite literally brought home the bacon. Little Red made bacon sandwiches, and all streaky and crispy and fine. She served them with salad and pickled eggs and the finest of vintage wine. It was George, of the builder's merchant, who arrived at the inn out of sorts. "I never believed," he said with a groan, "the stories of pigs that could talk." But a pig, in jeans and a t-shirt, strode into the yard just today. He ordered up bricks and plaster and girders and timbers and nails. He ordered up fixtures and fittings and sand and cement by the yard, and paper and paint and windows and doors, all on his own credit card. "A pig with grand designs, eh?" Big Red said with a grin. "Now that's what I call a challenge. Now where shall I begin?" Big Red took down his blunderbuss and set off down the road, but he came back after a while, just, he said, to reload. Big Red became obsessed. Every day just before dawn he would march down the road to the woods, just to return all forlorn. Then one day an idea came to him. He thought of a way to get in. He thought of a way to blow down the hares by the hairs on his ginny chin. Never mind. He sent off to a mail order company for dynamite and TNT and barrels of black powder. Buy 2 and get 1 free. The van arrived on the morrow, rolled up in the dead of night. Big Wolf peered into the trailer and said, "Somebody get me a light." Big Wolf rubbed his hands in glee, his cruel plan to hatch. Can't read my own writing. In his rush to look upon his explosive, he eagerly struck a match. Could everyone just say bang? Just for me. Bang! Yes! Now, Little Red runs the Wolf's Head Inn in the village of Upper Stuffet. She doesn't sell bacon or pork anymore, but she somehow makes a profit. And hopefully one day that'll be turned into a nice picture book with big pictures and anyway. So,